All right. So we got a Ford F250 here, simple drag link, just like everything else. Bad outer on this side. This gets replaced. This gets replaced. We are replacing the shackle. The ball joint is bad on the track bar. So we have a bad outer tie rod, a bad inner tie rod, our drag link, inner and outer drag link. The sleeve is getting replaced. We are getting a ball joint for the track bar. The track bar's fine, the bushing's fine on the track bar. This is getting replaced, the outer tie rod. When you replace, for the love of God, people, if you're at another shop, I do a lot of alignments, I see this all the time, and I send the truck back or I fix it myself. When you replace this is a through and through tie rod. If this goes bad, if the lower outer one goes bad, you need to replace the upper with it. If the upper goes bad, you need to replace the lower with it. Typically, the lower will go bad and the upper might not. But the reason being is because it eggs out everything on the tie rod end. This blows out here, and then this won't work right either. This gets replaced together every time. Track bar ball joint, track bar's fine. And then I think that's all we're doing on this truck. I don't remember. I'm gonna look at the ticket, but not a lot to do, but a little bit of suspension. I'll show you how to do it quick and easy. Oh, we're gonna do a stabilizer shock too, I believe. I will show you how to do it. You can do this if you have an alignment rack or a 4-post. You can do this without taking the tires off. I will show you how to do it. Yeah. All right, step one, lube everything up. You're gonna lube up this nut for the track bar. Lube up the nuts that you're going to take off the drag link and pull your cotter pins out. I found 2 missing cotter pins that weren't even in there from whoever installed it before. Cotter pins go in the garbage. Okay, so once you back this 24 mil nut off the top of the pivot arm, take 1 bolt out of the steering stabilizer, leave it attached to the drag link, and then you're going to go around the other side and take the 21 mil or 19, whatever size it is, off of the bottom tie rod. And now I'll show you what's up next. Who's got my fork attachment? I got it. So, air hammer fork attachment. One of my favorite tools here. Of course, I'm gonna get a truck where it doesn't work. Okay, so that works like 100% of the time. So leave it in there. Should be it right here. So that's it. So now this will drop down. Take the nut off. And then I'll bring you around the other side.
Thanks.
What? Where is it? Yeah, I told you.
Yeah, but Salvi just had this.
Yeah.
For collision repair with.
Okay, so you're gonna drop your drag link down. Don't worry about locking the steering wheel. Don't worry about any of that. It's not gonna go anywhere. Don't even worry about if your wheels go side to side. We're not worried about any of that right now. Your pitman arm will stay fine. You can lock it if you feel like being safe, or you feel like you're gonna be retarded and go up there and move the steering wheel. But it's absolutely not going anywhere. So don't worry about it. I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so once you get your nut off of this side, now you have your drag link hanging, and then you have your tie rod right here. One hit should come right down, and your drag link will drop with it. So now that you've unhooked everything with your drag link, it'll come up and out, and the whole piece will come right out one side. Now you can measure this. It's all junk. The tie rod's gonna be replaced, so don't worry about the wheel flopping on the other side. Don't worry about none of this. Now you have complete access to your track bar ball joint. This is the next thing you're gonna do is your track bar ball joint. You can assemble that drag link, which is fine, and then we're gonna put our outer tie rod on here, right on the truck. Just let it dangle on the other side, put it up with a bungee, so it's out of your way. We're gonna do the ball joint right now. So this is what I like to do. Take the nut off. Now we're gonna get a jack stand on this to hold the diff up. So when you undo this track bar, the diff is gonna shift. It's not gonna fall out of the truck, but it will shift this way. So when you go to put the track bar back in, it's not gonna reach. But if you put 2 screw jacks under the diff, it will not shift as much, and it won't drop as much either, because the only thing holding it in is the sway bar and the drive shaft and the two control arms in the back, but they're designed to come down. So the track bar is the other thing that holds it. So before you drop the arm completely out, you're just gonna whack it just like I did here, and it'll fall right out. You're gonna put 2 jack stands underneath. And I gotta... Okay, well, I went to crack the nut loose on the other side of the track bar, and it literally just fell right out. So we do have our jack stand underneath it, and now we are going to get this ball joint out without ruining this vacuum line right there. So now we're gonna take the ball joint out. But yeah, that sucks. Well, that ain't good. What does it look like that? I gotta fix this. But anyway, you're gonna put a cup on the top, you're gonna put a cup on the bottom, and you're gonna cut right at the threads. Just cut it off right there, and then you're gonna push up like that to get that off. Okay, just yam it right out. Now you're gonna come all the way back down. Take this out. Take your cup out. There's your ball joint. That's what it's gonna look like. You cut it right at the end of the thread. If you get a Motocraft ball joint, wait a minute, something doesn't look right. Okay, no, it is the right one. If you get a Motocraft ball joint anywhere on the planet, it does not come with a new nut. Save the nut or order a new one. It's a pinch nut. It's a metal pinch nut, so you can reuse it. Tricks to going back in. Put the ball joint on. you are going to double whammy your extension glory so that it looks like this, because the reason being, you can't put the ball joint press like this. It doesn't work. You're gonna have to do it like this. So I have a flat piece of metal that I put across the top when I do this. So when I do this, flip it upside down, put your cup on straight, and then just let it set for a second, and it'll kind of, the weight of it will kind of get. Now I have a piece of diamond plate that I use. I push it all the way up, just so you're not on that. Just a buffer right there. And then you're gonna put it up by hand. Don't do it with anything else but your hands. And then you're gonna tighten it right there. Now, this will reach down into here, so you're fine. If you're not fine, I'll show you. That's it. That's how you do it. So you didn't press on this, you didn't damage the ball joint, you still pressed on the outside because we put the diamond plate on it. Your cup was extended all the way through, and now you're gonna pull this ball joint all the way over. You're probably still gonna have to push the diff, the force of the truck always. Ooh, maybe not. Yep, somebody's still gonna have to push the diff on. And then you're gonna have to get your nut on. Jared! Jake, come here! Grab my big bar. Big green one. I need you to put a bunch of weight, not a lot. Okay. Take that bar. That piece right here. Yeah. Push that way as hard as your body can push. When I tell you. Only when I tell you. Okay. Right here. Okay, go. You get, yep, one more. Okay, right there. Don't let go. Did you let go?
Yeah. Good?
No. Lost my socket.
It's fucking exhausted. It's crazy.
Found my socket. Don't you worry.
Good?
Yep. Yay, pasta! So that's all you're gonna do, right there. I'm gonna come back and torque this down. But yeah, now we're gonna, I completely forgot we're doing a steering gear on this truck too. I wasn't the one that diagged it, I helped shake it down the leg. We're gonna do a steering gear on this as well, so I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so we're going for the steering gear next. So you're gonna wanna lock your steering wheel. You're gonna wanna pull this 13 millimeter out vertically. This is the 13 millimeter that goes in the shaft. Right here's the shaft. Kind of hard to see, but there's the shaft. It comes up out of the shaft right here. It comes up out. And then you're gonna hammer this shaft off. You're gonna lock the steering wheel. This is where you're gonna lock the steering wheel when you take the box shaft off. This will spin free if you don't. Right now it's still attached to the box. Then you're gonna take this 18 millimeter fitting off, and then this 18 millimeter fitting off right here on the box, and then you're gonna take off your 3 21 millimeter bolts, and your box will literally just fall right out. We haven't put nothing in back in on the other, still the old stuff out here. I have gone ahead and put our new tie rod end back in. You just measure the threads, count the threads, and put it back in. That other side we're gonna measure, but right now we're gonna put the box in, So I'm gonna go ahead and lock the steering wheel, hammer this line off, and then, the shaft off, and then I'm gonna go after these 2 lines right here. All right, so these lines right here, they hook into the box. They were rusted together, so I had to apply heat to the fitting here. Always scrape out the inside and just heat it till you see a flame shoot out of here. And that means you got an air gap, and then you can work it back and forth, get a little hooch in there, and the lines will spin out without breaking. These lines are pretty rusted, but they're not rotted through. And the guy didn't want to get new ones if he didn't have to. I always recommend new ones, but he didn't want them, so we had to try to save them. I was able to save them. So the only thing left you have to do now is take your 1, 2, 3 bolts out, and it will come out. All right, so you pull your 3 bolts out, 1, 2, 3, leave them right in the frame. The box will come out. I like to catch it in the thing. Box will come right out. Your 2 lines will still be up in there. Some 2 lines are still up in there. 1, 2. Your 3 bolts will sit in the frame. Clean that up. Clean all the drips and stuff off it. And then take your nut off. We went ahead and took the nut off. So now I will pull this pitman arm off. I'm going to pull the pitman arm off. Now when you do this, you don't want this to move side to side very much. Try to hold it on one end, hold it with your hand, and take the nut off. Keep this from moving too much. It'll ruin the angle of the gear. There's certain degrees inside there that it'll allow it to turn. So you just want to orientate the new box right next to it before you pull the gear off. Take the box out, orientate the flat part on the front and this gear to where the gear is going to go. Check it before you lock it down. Fit it to exactly how it looks. Take a picture if you need to remind yourself where this is pointed. It's keyed. There's either a 3 or a 4 key in here, and it'll be keyed to the front, will be keyed to the shaft. So as long as you line that up and you line this up, you'll never have a problem. And then you're going to measure the length of your drag length, put it all back in, and you'll be perfectly fine, perfectly normal. It'll be just like the truck was, really close. You won't have much to do on your alignment when you put it on the rack to align it. Okay, so this is what I mean by check your pitman arm. So if you look in here, there's 1, 2, 3 flat keys. So your pitman arm goes on like that, slides on. That's your orientation of your pitman arm right there. I like to take a 2-jaw puller just like this, put the 2-jaw puller on, tighten it down, put some tension on it, heat it up a little bit, and hit it right here with a hammer, and it will fly off every time. Never have I ever had one not fly off. So you're going to take your orientation of your pitman arm, you know it's keyed, you put your new box right next to it, you slide it in, you have the same orientation on both of them, and that's how you know you have it lined up correctly. So it may move a tiny bit here and there because this gear is going to be tight. That's why we're replacing this one. There's way too much free play in the box, but literally all you do is do that. You take your nut, put your nut on there, and you lock that motherfucker down, and then you put your box back in and hook everything back up, and that's how you do it. Well, that is it. So there's your new box. Your 2 lines are back installed. Your 13mm through bolt is back in your arm, is pulled all the way down. All you do is you're going to get a pry bar underneath this, against this strut tower underneath this, and you're going to put it right between this bar and pry, and it'll pry this bar down. As long as your angle's right and you're keyed right, it'll pry that bar right down on. Put your bolt in, lock that down, put your 2 lines in, put your 3 bolts back in, done. Now your pitman arm's back orientated from where it is. You can undo your steering thing. And now I have to wait on more parts because he only got me one right part. So I need, that is going to be installed tomorrow. It's going to be installed the same way you take it up. You're going to put this on like this, push the wheel back. Push the wheel back, you're gonna lift this up, put the through one in, then you're gonna put that in second. This goes in first, that goes in second. So the long end's gonna go in first, that end's gonna go in second. So you're gonna measure the length of this, you're gonna assemble the whole thing. Don't put the shock on, save the shock till after, the stabilizer. Measure your length, put it back in, lock down this side first, lock down that side second, and then you can do your alignment after that. Put your shock, put your stabilizer shock in, and then you can do it after that. We got some fun goodies coming here. This guy's he was gonna do a pump, but he already has metal in his system, so he's gonna do a disaster kit and rock out till this pump blows because it's already throwing metal, 55,000. This is gonna be an entire engine assembly. It got undercoated and it ended up eating the sand. The guy did not cover the motor, so this is a lawsuit job that I'm going to be doing. Completely loaded motor, cab off. Yeah, this is going to be a big one. I think we're also going to do an insane power diesel filter on this, and also a disaster kit or a pump on this as well. Yeah, so going to be pretty sweet. Some things going on. Ford, and another Ford, but this one will be done tomorrow. I probably won't show putting this on. I'll probably post this video without showing any of that, but the hard stuff realistically was this ball joint, which is really nothing, and then putting the steering gear in, which is pretty sweet. To come to matter of fact, this pump may go on that truck. I may sell this pump to that guy because this guy's not going to use the pump. He's just going to get a disaster kit because his pump is already failing. So this is all for insurance purposes. This is this guy's. Try telling me he changed his fuel filter. I don't, that don't look changed to me. That looks full of swirly metal in there, full of metal here. Now the pump didn't fail, but with all this granular sandy metal in the filter and what the filter looks like, you want nothing to do with that. So we have metal in there, not worth putting a $3,000 pump on just for it to eat the metal. These have disaster kits built in. Even if you put a disaster kit on one of these trucks, it still doesn't save the metal from going through the pump, and then it saves the metal. You know what I mean? So it goes through the pump first, then it catches in the disaster kit. So that's what I had to explain to this guy, why you don't want to put the $3,000 pump in when it's already throwing metal in your tank. I could do all the injectors and all the stuff that goes with the job, but that was the job he was trying to avoid. 55,000 miles, he didn't avoid it. Wasn't doing his fuel filter changes correctly. The pump was stressing, throwing metal. This guy also missed it. He bought a disaster kit, but I found way too much metal in his fuel, and then I started looking at the truck more because I couldn't get it to start because it had an injector blown out of it. Come to find out, put the key down in the hole and the cylinder's full of fucking blasting sand. So the blasting sand got into the cylinders, it got into the oil, it got absolutely everywhere. It got sucked into the air. It's in every one of these pieces from this truck. So the blasting sand, if you can look, this was a smooth bottom pan, and this is all blasting grit. Got into his oil, got into his filter there. You can't really see, it's kind of hard to see. But it's all shiny sand in here, sand all over the place on here. You can kind of see the sand on the top, but it ate it. So because it ate it, I don't feel comfortable doing $2,000-3,000 worth of work to this guy's truck when he can go after their insurance, can pay for it, he can get a whole new motor, a whole new truck, and he's good to go. So if you know what you're looking for when things like this come in with a no start, and they had the cab off it, you can have problems that way. So, a couple things.